Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. I'm believing that I'm going to entitle this video my eBay Guitar Center electronic kit nightmare. And I mentioned this before, about 2 weeks ago. The video was called I'm Pissed Off Today. And I try to make a long story short because I'm going to give you the ending of the story. So I went looking for another drum kit, another electronic drum kit, you know. So I seen one on Guitar Center. I bought it. It showed up. I got 2 foot or hi-hat pedals and no kick pedal. Now I'm saying to myself, why didn't they test this kit thoroughly before they shipped it? You know, they just boxed up some stuff and put it in a box and sent it to me, and it's not operable. It's like, didn't nobody have the foresight to say, hey, let me test this out, make sure everything work, all the pads, everything's here. Okay, it's a go to ship it out, instead of just put it in the box and send it to me. So it came, obviously the foot kick missing. I contact them and they say, oh, we're sorry. I said, didn't anybody test this? Well, we took it in on the trade, and still, that's even more reason to test this, you know? So they said they was going to send me a pedal. I said, you know what? Just make arrangements to get this out of here, because now here's the problem that could happen. You send me a pedal, then I realized the kit don't even work still. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not about to gamble anymore. Just send this crap back. So I sent it back. Then I called to get my refund. And because it had arrived back at the place, they got the item back. So I contacted them and they said, okay, we'll send out your payment within 3 to 5 days, your refund. So I get my refund. It's minus my $60 shipping. I'm like, what the hell? So then I contact them again. Oh, it was a mistake. You are entitled to your money back because it was not working. Absolutely. It's different if I just changed my mind, didn't like the color, or didn't like it. Then they do keep your shipping and handling. But since it was their fault, I was supposed to get all my money back. So, okay, you should get that back in 3 to 5 days. 5 days went past, didn't get it back. I contacted them. The guy said 3 to 5 days. So 3 to 5 days again, nothing. And I had a feeling that he didn't put it through. For some reason, I just felt this guy didn't put this through. So then I contact them again. I speak to another person. Oh, yeah, another 2 to 5 days. And I said, at least are you going to check to see if they did it? Oh, it was sent. Then I contact them again 5 days later. So now it's like 3 weeks. So I finally got somebody that really took an interest in resolving my issue. And the lady was very kind, very professional, very helpful. She said, I don't know why this didn't go through, but I'm going to make sure that this is going to go through. So check back within 3 days. And if it hasn't gone through, contact me. So 5 days went past, nothing. So I contacted her. Long story short, she said that they had finally approved it. My first conversation with her, which was like 2 weeks later. So I contacted her. I said, hey, I still haven't received my money. Then 5 minutes, she responded back, say, I see you haven't. I'm taking care of this right now. Before I could finish replying to her to let her know that I haven't received it, I got my refund. It's still 3 to 5 more days. So I'm glad that was resolved, because unfortunately, and I had high praises for Guitar Center, but now it's like I've had a lot of issues with them as far as stuff showing up here, not working, definitely not tested, and I have to send it back. Now, am I going to totally stop dealing with them? No, because every now and then you still find some great deals, and sometimes you have to gamble, because that same day that my drum kit showed up with not all the parts in there, I got a guitar that showed up, worked, sounds good, great price. So, you just kind of, take a risk, but there's no risk to be taken because you're going to get your money back. It's just a hassle. So I'm glad I got that resolved. I'm like, no more buying electronic drum kits from those guys. Now, guitars, every now and then, if I see a great deal, still, yeah, I'm going to grab it. Or anything else, drum machines or sound modules. So that's resolved. So during that time that I was getting that resolved, I was still in the market to find a drum machine. Electronic drum kit, Alesis. So I found one on eBay. Had a picture and like everything was there. And I asked the person, is everything here and it's workable? Yeah. So I bought it. It showed up. It had 1 million pieces to it. So before I can get 50% of the parts out the box, I realized, I looked at the kick pedal, the spring was missing. I'm like, I can't use this because all of the parts on the kick, it's not here. I'm like, what's going on with issues with the kick on these drum kits? So the same day I got it, because some told me when it came, because sometimes if it's like a guitar, if I'm tired or I'm busy, I'll get back to it, open it up a day later or 2 days later. But some told me as soon as it came, check all the parts, because this thing was so big and heavy that the post office refused to deliver it. I had to go get it, which I didn't have a problem with. And it wasn't really that heavy, but it was bulky. So I'm opening up, again, going through the parts, kick drum, spring mechanism missing. So I just decided to pack it all back in, tape it back up, contacted them immediately and say, hey, it came today. All the parts are not here. This is going back out Saturday. So then didn't hear from them for about 3 days later, or her. And she's like, well, I'm sorry to tell you, but there's no returns. And let me just say this for the record, for those who don't know that are buyers or sellers on eBay, that nonsense where people put no returns accepted. I can see if it's something like software that you can make a copy of and then send back. I can totally understand that. But that does not hold water. eBay overrides that with their buyer protection plan. So you might as well not even put that down there unless it's, again, software, something that you can make a copy of and send back and keep the money or get your money back. So she threw that at me, which I knew was some nonsense, but she didn't know it was some nonsense. Well, I'm sorry, I can't, I'm not accepting returns. I'm like, hell, you're not. This doesn't work. I spent almost $300. You're getting this back. Contacted eBay. Of course, they ruled in my favor because I'm like, I can't use this. So sent it back. I got my money back. I put all the parts back in it because, like I told you, I got only about 20% of the parts out. And when I realized that the kick was defected, I put everything back in. Everything. Every little screw, every little thing went back in the box, taped up. So I got my money back. She got her box, her drum machine back, her drum kit back. Then I get it, and I said to myself, she deserved negative feedback. But since I got my money back and it was an inconvenience, I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it, even though I should and I could. So then I get an email today from her. Oh, I noticed that some of the parts are missing. It'd be so kind of you to return them. There's no parts missing. Everything you sent me went back. There's no reason for me to take parts out or accidentally forgot to put them back in there. So now I think she's kicking up dust because she's angry. Because she thought she was going to keep my money. And I keep this piece of junk of equipment that she sent me that she didn't test. So I said, you know what? What I'm about to do is by no means a spite move, but it's to let people know, you're supposed to treat your customers in a very professional, attentive way. So I'm like, you know what? She's getting negative feedback now since she's trying to now allege that I didn't send everything back, which is ridiculous. So I did. I said, buyers beware. Seller does not test items before shipped out, and eBay had to step in. So again, the moral of the story is handle the business, Unfortunately, now on eBay more so than ever, because again, long before the internet, it was a trade paper I used to buy. It was called Trading Time. People used to sell musical equipment, and the people that sold that equipment used that equipment. They were musicians. Now you got people that go into those lockers or estates and they get stuff and they just throw it up there on eBay and throw a price up there. They don't know what it is. They've never used it. They've never tested it. And then they're going to sell it to you. Because every now and then I do get some people that are honest to say, hey, I don't know nothing about this item. I got it from an estate. It is what it is. And you make your adjustments or your decisions based on that instead of people selling stuff that you assume they used or know how to use it or at least tested it. But I'm gonna wrap it up now. I just thought I would, do an update on these issues as far as the Guitar Center thing and then the eBay thing. So I did get my money back on both of them. They got the pieces of garbage back because nobody bothered to test them. Guitar Center didn't test theirs. The lady on eBay didn't test hers. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna hold off on the drums for the moment because so far I'm batting zero. The two attempts at trying to get these drum kits and it didn't work out. And what's interesting is they both had the same issues, either missing or defective kick pedals. So on that note, I'm going to set off till next time. Take care and thanks for watching.